Hey, y'all. Hey, it's Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. I'm gonna start y'all off with positive vibes. Good morning, Debbie. Of the day. I'm still sleepy. Um, but here you go.
Wake up, brother, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four,
I know,
everybody
Debbie. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Ha. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do.
The aftermath of preparation.
Good morning, Fancy.
Good mood, blood in circulation.
One step at a time.
Yeah, that's how you make it.
Set a goal.
You control and the steps you take them.
I try to pick one
thought, have some concentration.
And if I make a mistake,
it's called education.
I try to do this every day and call it
replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Where's my mama? She in Florida with the hurricanes and tornadoes.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day. Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm not.
Other times I'm barely breathing, yo.
You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts and poison the rock.
Good morning, Ghost.
So here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap.
I know, because I got a meeting at 9:30. Huh?
So I'm a fake it.
So I gotta go with my meeting schedule.
Are overtaken. I got patience.
One day at a time, that's how you operate a cadence.
You grow,
You show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes
temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation.
I live my life in my head
like a narration.
Don't expect greatness through my best, man, I'll take it.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up,
today's gonna be a good day. Wake up,
today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up,
today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey, happy Friday, y'all. Like Debbie said, we made it through another work week. Sending prayers out to all the states that are experiencing the hurricanes and the tornadoes and tornado warnings. My mom is in Florida, St. Petersburg, and it's been storming there since yesterday. And so they have like evacuation zones that start from A and end at D. My mother is D, so she's the last person to have to evacuate. Never had to evacuate before. She's getting the winds and the rain, but nothing real crazy. But I do pray for those that are in the eye of the storm and that might be suffering a little bit more than we would like. All right. And so, come on now, sit down. If you want to be up here, relax yourself. Okay. Tomorrow is actually my last day with Milo. I've had Milo since Saturday. And so this Saturday, Milo, you're leaving me? His parents and his owner is coming back from Puerto Rico today. And so Milo will be leaving me and going back home tomorrow. You know, AG was like, I could tell you're going to get a dog soon. And, you know, even though in my heart, I want another dog, I'm not ready because them vet bills be something serious. Okay, I had 2 dogs, 2 Yorkies. And every vet visit was like $500 to $800. And I'm not ready for that responsibility. I'm not. And also, the way I want to travel and pick up and do things, I don't want to be limited what I can do because I have a pet, right? My son was my dog sitter. Now I'm his dog sitter, and that's it. So I'll just have to be watching Milo as often as possible. Yes, Debbie, thank God, thank God. So what's going on this Freestyle Friday, y'all? Anything new we want to talk about before I get into the positive read? I do have a question on here, so y'all stay put. As you come on here, you stay put because it's a question related to a topic we've talked about several times, but I have a question around that topic that we have not touched on. So I kind of want to know because I was watching a video on IG and Debbie gave her opinion and I gave my opinion. And so I could play the video for y'all. But it's just very interesting. And then also we had a young woman on the show about 3 years or so ago who now lives in Portugal, who was really the first person to jump on this show and say her and her husband, they're both in the military. They did live in the same house at some point, and then they decided to live in separate homes. And so it's around that type of topic. So, but I have a specific question about that, okay, that I never thought about before. And so we're going to hit that after we read the positive vibe. Good morning, Mother. I just text you. I was just telling them that you were having the hurricanes and the tornado warnings and all that. It was raining and wind was blowing. And you were so worried last night about your balcony. Are you okay this morning? Are you okay this morning, Mother? So while Mother is trying to answer, I'm going to go ahead and read the positive vibes for the day, right? Because I got a meeting at 9:30 and I got a question and we're going to have a little bit of conversation and I don't want to rush through it. So today is September 27th and we are in the month of trust, almost out of the month of trust, right? But we are still here for now. It's sunny now. Florida be weird. Florida be weird, y'all. It's sunny now. Okay. Well, thank God that the sun is out. Okay. You didn't see Alvin? Oh my God. Good morning, Karen, aka Bean. It's so funny because my son and his family are in Puerto Rico. They're leaving today. And my cousin Karen, who just joined on the show, she's in Puerto Rico. You're in Puerto Rico right now, Karen, right? I was hoping y'all got to see each other. How did y'all miss each other? Are y'all staying far from me? Well, he's leaving today, but were y'all staying far from each other? Oh, you were too far from him. Wait, Georgie, right? Georgie, I saw that. And it came right from Cardi B's mouth. Can't no the fuck body say. There go that F word that people be running from my show, but it's me. It's me. Can't nobody say that this is a rumor. Cardi B jumped on social media with her live ass video and said something equating to bumping uglies with Offset. What did she say, Georgie? Because I don't want to mess up the words. She was like, Offset was the better one anyway, or some shit like that, or that's why Offset something. I was like, what? Cardi, did you sleep with Offset? Did you sleep with, I mean, not Offset, Takeoff. Cardi B is married to Offset in the middle of a divorce. And she did a live video. Y'all know Takeoff, right? Takeoff is the one that passed away. She insinuated that she kind of took her clothes off for Takeoff. What? What? See, this is the thing. There are boundaries, okay? And motherfuckers cross boundaries all the time. Do not fuck in the circle. I do watch this show called Caught in the Act with Tammy Roman on MTV. And the last show, the most recent show that came on was about twin brothers. This particular twin went to Tammy Roman because he suspected his girlfriend was cheating because her energy changed, the time they spent changed. You know, he felt a change, a shift in their relationship, and he wanted to know if she was cheating. So what Tammy Roman's team does is they surveillance the person, follow them around and see what they're doing, and then they play that tape evidence back to their client. In this particular case, this twin brother, his girl was fucking the twin brother. And you know what the twin brother's excuse was when they rolled up on them and had the conversation? He said, "Oh, I just know they just coming into his life to take him from me." So I was like, hold up. You scared somebody gonna take your twin brother from you, so you just sleep with all his women? And this particular girlfriend was also a twin. But she wanted to be with the original twin, and she said she was sorry for doing what she did. But how do you overcome that? Like, you fucked my friend, you fucked my twin, you fucks. No, how do you overcome? Like, some shit is just unforgivable. Who on here could forgive somebody for fucking their friend or a family member? Be honest. Can you forgive your significant other for some shit like that? Deb, you ain't lying. But he been cheating on her time after time after time after time. Cardi B put up with a lot, but I still feel like, Cardi, don't fuck in the circle. Go find somebody else to give it to. Why y'all got to play in the circle? How could you forgive that? To me, that's an unforgivable thing. Georgie said, you cheated on me years after years, my nigga. The only difference is you got caught. I didn't. You would be even more butthurt if you knew the relationship me and Takeoff had before he passed. That's exactly what she... This is exactly what Cardi B said. That's exactly what she... Georgie, you a whole fucking mess. What did you do? Screenshot it? Because I know you didn't remember this word for word. This is what she said. She said, you cheated on me year after year after year, my nigga. You would be butthurt if you knew the relationship me and Takeoff had before he passed. The only real nigga from the group I missed those nights, 9:06 a.m., 9:26. Oh, that was the tweet. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Ghost said she belonged to the streets. Baby, listen, I know all is fair, love, and war, but I cannot recover from a circle fuck or a family fuck. Like, don't fuck my family members and don't fuck my friends. That's just something I can't forgive. I could forgive if you had a one night stand with a complete stranger. I could probably get past that. But, you know, I'm going to need you to be able to get past it if I stumble across a one night stand at some point too, is all I'm saying. And that's a question that I ask. When you're dating, what kind of questions do you ask to know what this person would forgive and wouldn't forgive, right? And I asked, oh, if I cheated, I have asked, I slipped up and had a one night stand or some shit, would you forgive me? I have asked that question. Not that I'm planning on doing that, because I am not for the streets. Debbie said, I'm not sure I believe that actually happened, and Takeoff isn't here to confirm or deny it. I think Cardi wanted to really hurt that man like he hurt her. Ghost said, and Takeoff and Offset wasn't talking around that time. Around the time he died either. Family Feud. Exactly, Ghost. Exactly. Him and Takeoff was having some fever. I don't know. Cardi B said it out her mouth, right? You know, sometimes I think we want to believe people are lying because the story sounds so outlandish. But if she said it out her mouth and she talking on her pussy, I believe it. I believe it. I mean, you know, let's be real. Let's be real. The industry is grounds for sharing. They share in the industry. They hop from one person to the next. Everybody is dipping in the same pool, in my opinion, in the industry. Why did their dumb asses stay together that long, having all them damn children? You know, because Fancy, believe it or not, as though we as a society have grown and is still growing, right? There is still a belief by some women, right, that having children by a man keeps a man. They believe that if I have children by you and I'm a good mother, then you will be good to me. Good morning, Hillbilly. You will be good to me. Some women still believe that, Fancy. Because I be asking the same thing. Why the freak are you having all them kids? Why? Georgie said he did that shit to spite her long before she fucked in the circle. She did or saying what she needs to hurt him back. She doesn't want forgiveness. She wants revenge. And she does. And you know what? Rightfully so. Because come on now. She's been real quiet. The last time Cardi jumped on live with her business was she was crying about how Offset keep cheating on her and she's hurting you, give a nigga your everything and he still step all over you, right? She has been quiet through this whole thing. She has been posting up her pregnancy photo shoots and stuff like that. She has not been coming out saying anything nasty. So when I saw this video, I said, you know what, Cardi? You're tired. You're fed up. You had it up to here. And revenge has now showed the fuck up. Okay? And Cardi has more money than Offset. Right? And so it ain't about money for her. About loyalty. She doesn't want... Debbie said, how about we just not have sex with anyone we not in a relationship with? Men, women, because men getting a pass or expecting a pass is BS, but a woman is for the streets. Fuck that. And I agree with that, Debbie. Woo! I agree with... Ooh! 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 Debbie went red light today, okay? Debbie went red light with her response. She said, how about we just not have sex with anyone we are not in a relationship with? Men and women, because men getting a pass, meaning that they can fucks who they want to fucks, okay? And do what they want to do, or if they slip up and cheat, women are so forgiving, right? But when women do it, women are considered for the streets. That's a good one. I had to write myself a note. They both got money, but they both from the hood and they both ratchet. And they are. And you know what? To me, that's their business. They come from the hood. I mean, they live that gang lifestyle, and this has to be expected. Let me remind y'all who Cardi B is, for some people who might have forgotten or don't know. But Cardi B, when she first came out and she was on them reality shows, Love and Hip Hop and all that shit, she was way worse than right now. She was beyond ratchet. She was a whole nother level of ratchet. Good morning, Brandilla. She was a whole nother level of ratchet. And so watching Cardi where she is today, she has grown. She has certainly grown. Okay, so they from that lifestyle. So I'm not judging them from where they come from, but I do see the growth in Cardi B. So I'm going to give her damn flowers, because she was way the fuck worse. She was. Fancy said, that's stupid trying to hurt somebody back. Too much fucking wasted energy. Tell each other bye and keep it moving. Well, we know, Fancy. We know. We know, Fancy. Dudes will hit their friend's girl on the premise of he don't treat you right. Baby, I know. It happened to me. I know. Fancy said they need to take her class. No, thank you, Fancy, because because some of your stuff, I be scratching my head. Fancy is another. It's another. Like, she's just another. She's different. When Fancy always said, I'm different. Sometimes when Fancy say I'm different, it make it sound like she's trying to say she all the way over here and we peasants in the woods somewhere, right? But that's not what she means, right? She means that her way of thinking is different. And as many times as Fancy said it to me, I had to fucking experience it for myself. And God damn it, she's different. She is. I love her though. She is like one of those people that if you are ultra sensitive, you in trouble. But she's very loving and giving at the same time. It's fucking different. It is. It's really different. But I have friends that, can be like that. Like, I got another girl from Maria. When she get up in the morning, she stomp around the house real mean and don't speak early in the morning. But it don't mean she hates you. That's just the way she is, and you got to let her unwind, and then she snaps back into being herself. My friends are weird. Debbie said, them women need to grow the heck up. The only thing keeps a man is a man that wants to be kept. And that's why I don't go through phones, and that's why I don't ask no questions. Let me tell you something. There was a guy that jumped in my inbox, right? He was always jumping in my inbox, right? But I told him I was dating somebody. And he was like, oh, you just date. And I said, no, nigga, I'm in a relationship. That's my man. Okay. And he was like, oh, let me take you out anyway. I said, no. I said, you know the person. He was like, well, who is it? I said, there's none of your business. Okay. And so fast forward, my girlfriend, Maria, we all went out and she posted a picture of me and my boo on social media, and she thanked us for showing her a good time. Y'all don't want to know what happened that night, but I'm going to tell y'all, okay? She said, she posted the picture, right? And so this guy jumped back in my inbox and he was like, oh, so that's who you dating? I was like, my inside, right? Because I know people could be messy. Inside, I was like, don't let this motherfucker be messy, because everything is going so good. I don't want him to be messy. And baby, he said, you know what? Congratulations. He's a good dude. I used to watch football with him every Sunday. He's a great dude. And I said, okay, cool. Because people be messy on social media. They do. They be fucking messy. Okay? And so that's why I don't go through nobody's phones. I don't really be splurging my personal life and who I'm seeing on social media, because I don't want no mess, okay? Right? I don't want no mess. I don't want nothing. I feel like if my man want to be kept, he's going to stay where the fuck he needs to stay. That's it. I don't snoop. I don't look for shit. And I'm not trying to start no shit, okay? What happens in the dark comes to light. They want to be kept, they'll be kept. But let me go ahead and read these positive vibes, okay, so that we can get into the meat and potatoes of things. Y'all keep talking. Today is September 27th, and we are in the month of trust, and we're talking about everything I need always comes to me. Do you believe that? Do you believe everything you need comes to you? I know some people, when they think about this question, first thing they go is no, because I need a vacation, and I need this, and I need this. But sometimes we forget what our needs are versus our wants, right? And there's a difference. And so this is probably why I live on the glass is half full, right, mentality, because I feel like God has provided me everything I need. Everything I need always comes to me. When I say need, I always have food to eat. I have a roof over my head. I have a fucking job. I have great health. Everything that I need, the things that are important, is what comes to you, right? We got to stop and separate our needs from our wants, okay? So let's get into what this says. I experience and express the power of trust because everything I need always comes to me. Very often we place demands on the universe to provide us with the things we want by saying that we need them. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having a want. However, when it is not satisfied, you must not be fooled into believing that the universe does not support you. Nor should you believe it is an indication that you cannot trust the universe to take care of you. The point is, do not confuse your needs and your wants. Here is an example of how that could happen. Let's say you live 50 miles outside of town and you have no transportation. You might think that you need a car to get around. Granted, a car would make it more convenient for you to get around. It would make you feel a lot more comfortable knowing that there is an emergency, you could get someplace fast. However, the truth of the matter is that you don't need a car. You want one. You have feet. You have feet. There are bicycles. You probably have neighbors. Or perhaps you could be a bit more prudent about the situation you put yourself into and expect the universe to get you out of it. Woo, baby. Some people need to hear this message today. Okay? There are angels around you at all times. Their job is to protect you from harm and provide you with the essentials of life. These angels do not interfere with your choices. When you ask for help, the angels will respond. When you call out to the angels to help you with a need, they discover that it is actually a want. They really get pissed. So watch it. Once you send your angels on a wild goose chase, they will be a bit slower about responding on your next call. Until today, you may not have realized that you were upsetting the angels who work on your behalf. Just for today, get clear about the difference between what you need and what you want. When you call upon your angels for help, be clear about what you are asking for. You know, every time I turn around, I start getting a new car itch and I'll be like, I need a new car. No, the fuck you don't. No, the fuck you don't need a new car. You want a new car, but you don't need a new car. There's nothing wrong with your car. Nothing. Right? And a lot of us sit in depressed states because we can't go on vacation. We might not be able to buy, for those that smoke weed, our weed for the month. We can't do this and we can't do that. We can't go to a luxurious restaurant. And some of us live in a depressed state because we cannot do those things because we mix our wants and our needs. Okay? We mix our wants and our needs. Today's message is everything that I need shall come to me. And I'm a testament to that because I certainly don't have everything I want, but I definitely have everything I need. Like they said, the grocery store could be 50 miles from your house, and the first thing you might say is, I need a car. No, you don't need a car. A car makes things more convenient for you, but you have feet. You got neighbors. We got Instacart. The fuck? Uber. Don't confuse your needs from your wants, okay? Because then when them angels start responding slower, you'll know the fuck why. That's the message for today. And that's a good ass message. That it's just a constant reminder to me because sometimes I get into, like, this summer was hard for me. This summer was hard for me because I didn't travel this summer. I sat completely still. My girlfriend was like, I ain't see you in almost a year. What's up? And it was hard for me. And I had to keep reminding myself, traveling and doing these extracurricular activities, these are not needs. These are my wants. And I had to accept that. So that's the message for today. Let me scroll up and see what y'all are talking about. And then I'm going to get to the question. Oh, wait, let me see. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Okay. I had to get my video. Good morning, Cena. So let me see. What are y'all talking about? Let me see what Cardi B. How about, okay. That's stupid trying to hurt somebody back. Too much fucking wasted energy. Tell each other bye and keep it moving. What the fuck? That's true. Georgie said, can you believe it's a little chilly here in the morning and night? What time of the year were you here? I was there March. And you know what, Georgie? I'm coming back. I'm planning on coming back to New Orleans probably around the same time, March or April. I want to come to New Orleans. Maybe Debbie and Fancy will drive over and meet me again. I'll keep you posted because, you know, I want to come and visit. I got to come back for the food because I did not get to go to Popeyes. And I said, when I come to New Orleans, I have to try Popeyes chicken because I love Popeyes chicken. And the people in Louisiana swear the Popeyes chicken that we get here is nothing like what they have in Louisiana. And so I want to try it when I get there. So I'm planning on trying to get there around March or April. Go said at Georgie, that's them grimy dudes. I wouldn't dare mess with any of my friends' girl. They must have been together for around 7 years. I knew he want to take her money. So you don't think Offset really loved Cardi B? Oh my God, Hillbilly, you didn't have any power? I'm glad it's back. Fancy said, don't nobody get no pass if they doing shit that's not approved. I agree with that. And I don't approve none of the shit. Okay? Georgie said, I want to know who men are going to have sex with when we start respecting ourselves and not sleeping with men, especially since they think we are dirty for sleeping with men other than them. Oh! Welcome back, Georgie. Welcome back, Kiss the Boys. Welcome back, Kiss the Boys. She said, I want to know who men are going to have sex with when we start respecting ourselves. Damn it. That's a good ass question. That's a good ass question. When we start respecting ourselves, okay? Who y'all gonna sleep with? I can't kiss the boys. I cannot, all right? But that shit was hilarious. Hillbilly said women gave them a pass. How do we give them a pass? Debbie said, you right, Hillbilly. It's on us. Okay, I just need to make sure my meeting was at 9:30 because I didn't want to mess around. All right, I'm going to play a video for y'all, right? And y'all give me your opinion of what you see in this video, right? Because Debbie and I already talked about it. Give me your opinion of what you see in this video. People want their feelings to be acknowledged. All of Cardi's acting out is all because she wants to be accepted by her man, but he never really was. He was using her. You're welcome, Fancy. Fancy said, yes, I'm different. Thank you, Roy. And the fuck, because I digress, you are. Georgie said, Ghost, dead ass though, who are y'all going to sleep with? Because y'all promise y'all don't pay for it. Let's assume there are no 304s that do it for free. They just be talking shit, Georgie. They just be talking shit. They do. I know, Fancy, but you know, the thing is, this is why you're different, right? People's hearts get broken, Fancy, right? And when you're emotionally attached to someone and you love them, right? It hurts when they are no longer loyal to you. It hurts. And this is how some people act out. Everybody don't have the ability to be like, fuck it, and just move on. Right? Everybody is different. And Cardi B is acting out based on her emotions. And I understand it. You know? Debbie said Cardi is having a human experience, in my opinion, and I do think she has a lot more growing up to do. Granted, we won't all have the same experiences, but maturity arrives when it does, or so we hope. We hope, right? But she has come a long way. If y'all follow Cardi from the beginning, she has come a long way. I'm going to give her flowers, okay? Because she could be a whole hell of a lot worse. Go said at Georgie, nobody. And we cool with that. All that would mean is that times went backwards. There was a time when women weren't so 304-ish. Men adjust and adapt. Oh, so y'all just not gonna fucks? Isn't it, Hillbilly, the oldest profession? Yes, mama is okay. I know I'm behind in the comments. I believe different factors drive celebrity relationships. Love and respect are not the main factors. Optics, opportunity, publicity, even yoking, similar wealth are bigger factors. I believe that. You love Nola, so y'all might come there and meet me. Exactly, Fancy. Tell P. Get in the car and let's go to Nola. I love it. All right. I'm going to play this video for y'all. I need y'all to tell me what y'all think. Okay.
So you're married.
Yes.
And you got the right one.
Okay.
Okay, so how long you been married?
38 years.
Oh, he got to be the right one if you stayed that long.
No, we live in separate homes. That is the right way to live for 38 years.
Wait a minute, how long y'all living in separate homes?
10.
And it gets y'all, that works for y'all?
Fabulous.
Where y'all live in different states?
No, we live here in Detroit.
In different homes?
Yes.
So how does it work? I'm fascinated. Come on.
You go to your home and I go to mine. We don't have to argue. We don't have to yap. It's a good deal.
And you trust him?
Of course.
He trusts you?
Of course.
How often y'all see each other?
All the time.
But y'all don't sleep in the same place unless you want,
Yeah.
You want to do that.
Yeah. But it's a great deal.
My son is behind the camera. He taking all this in.
When you're married that long, it's wonderful. You don't have to get a divorce. Just get in separate houses.
Y'all heard it. When the right one comes, don't have to live under the same roof. Thank you. So you're married.
Yes.
And you got the right one.
Just play it again.
Okay, so how long you been married?
38 years.
Oh, he got to be the right one if you stayed that long.
No, we live in separate homes. That is the right way to live for 38 years.
Wait a minute. How long y'all live in separate homes?
10.
And it gets y'all, that works for y'all?
Fabulous.
Where y'all live in different states?
No, we live here in Detroit.
In different homes?
Yes.
So how does it work? I'm fascinated. Come on.
You go to your home and I go to mine. We don't have to argue. We don't have to yap. It's a good deal.
And you trust him?
Of course.
He trusts you?
Of course.
How often y'all see each other?
All the time.
But y'all don't sleep in the same place unless you want,
Yeah.
You want to do that.
Yeah. But it's a great deal.
My son is behind the camera. He taking all this in.
When you're married that long, it's wonderful. You don't have to get a divorce. Just get in separate houses.
Y'all heard it. When the right one comes, don't have to live under the same roof. Thank you.
Okay. So I know we've talked about this topic a million times, right? But I have a question. In this particular scenario, the gentleman asked how long they've been married. She said 38 years. Do they live in that same house? No, they have not lived in the same house for 10 years. So for 28 years, they lived in the same house. Okay, Fancy, I'll plan for April. They lived in the same house, right? And then at some point, after 28 years of living in the same house, they decided to live in separate houses. And she said, it's better than getting a divorce, right? What did you get out of her responses, right? Do you think that Debbie automatically got that she don't like her husband? I got maybe because they decided to live separate because they asked, do y'all trust each other? And she said, yes. And they also asked, so how often do you see each other? She said, all the time. Then he said, when you want to do the do, y'all just go to each other's house and do the do. And she said, yes. And so to me, it sounds like they still have a relationship, but they decided at some point to live separate. Now, living separate from the beginning, even though that's not my way, I can see that, right? There's many of people who want to live separate. And I have seen people separate their bedrooms or their beds in the same room. But what I have not seen is a married couple living together for so many years and then deciding to live in separate households, except for there was a woman that used to join the show and she moved to Portugal, and her husband both were in the military. Both retired from the military, and they did at one point live in separate house. I mean, they did at one point live in the same house, and then they decided to live in separate houses. And she said they're still married. She said he does date other women, but they are still married based on paper because of their financial situation. So in her case, she wasn't actively participating in her marriage. But in this video, this woman seems to still see her husband on a regular basis, interact with him sexually, it seems, but decided to live in separate houses. How do you decide to live in a separate house after being in the same house together for so many years? Okay, we got several topics going on here. So Hillbilly said, you sleep with only your man and you'll be holy. Sleep with 3 and you'll do. Sleep with 10 and you 304. More than that and you belong to the village. No man wants that. Not to the streets, but to the whole fucking village, Hillbilly. Georgie, what in the hell? Georgie said, I want to live in separate houses now, but can't afford it. Stop that. Don't do that to your boo. You want him to get his own house? You see what I mean? Living together is not easy. Brandilla said, I got that at a certain age, and for some people, it's easy to maintain a dysfunctional connection rather than start over. Ooh. Baby, you said a mouthful. It is easier to maintain a dysfunctional connection rather than start over. Baby, that's a mouthful, because you know how many people stay in dysfunctional relationships for long periods of time. I can't do it. I did do it at one point in my life, 20 years. And after that, and that must have been a stupid era in my life, because my ex-husband, I left him and never looked back. I don't know what the fuck voodoo I had put on me where I stayed so long in the last relation in that 20-year circle fuck whole relationship, but I did, right? And you're right, Brandy. People, it's easier to maintain a dysfunction with hopes that things would change than to start over. But really, that's not really how I feel deep down inside. So I don't know. I just had a fuck moment for a minute. I don't know. Georgie said, I want to live separate from my kids too. Well, don't we all at some point? I like living separate from my kids. Don't we all at some point? We want them to move out and have their own shit. I don't like cleaning up after other people. Well, Georgie, you said that from the beginning. Wait, Fancy said that is definitely my sis in the video. I am fucking dead, because it wasn't working as well those first 28 years. So it doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't want her husband, right? Something wasn't working with them living in the same house together. I know, Georgie. That's what I be thinking, because I'm like, I look at my apartment and I got a lot of space in here, right? But I leverage every space in my house. And I often think, and I just had this conversation with AG the other day. I said, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I want to cohabitate, right? And I'm not going to lie, because things are expensive. And I feel like if you are in a relationship and y'all are both putting out money, why make it hard? Make it easy. Let's cohabitate and share these fucking expenses, right? That's my honest, right? Especially if I love you. Like, let's just do this shit, right? And then I say to myself, can I reside in my space with somebody else being in my space? I don't know. Because I use every available space. Like, I jump around. I'm on TikTok Live. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing every goddamn thing in every corner and space in my house. And I don't know if somebody else will be able to come in here and feel comfortable in this space. I don't know. I think about that sometimes. I'm with you, Georgie. I need a quad or a triplex. I need space, because I have my own thing that I like to do, right? And I like big men. So imagine a big old man and me in the same space, and I need more space. Right, Fancy? That's what I'm thinking. Debbie was like, she don't like that motherfucker. I said, maybe this is working better for them, because it seems like they're still engaged with each other, right? It might have been to preserve the relationship. I want them close, just not together. Well, me too. My son lives 20 minutes from me. That's close enough. I remember when my son wanted to move down south years ago. I was like, when he was living in Cape Cod for a while. No, Cape May. Cape May. He was living in Cape May for a while. That's in New Jersey. Right? Yeah. And that is far. That's like 4 hours drive. I was like, get your ass back here. He was like, I was like, get your ass back this way. He lived 20 minutes from me. Now that he's grown and my grandkids are situated and everything, see, my son went, because he did the Who Scout 2 times, I was paranoid to have him too far from me because I felt like any minute he could be back in the Who Scout. But thank God, see, this is one of the things, God gave me what I needed. He knew I needed my son to stay free. And so he's been free. I'm comfortable with that. I know he's not planning on going back to the Who Scout. He's got too much to lose. And so now if he want to move down to fuck south, he could go. He could go. Fancy says she didn't know any better at first. It was too many problems. Got it, Fancy. So maybe, intrinsically we are programmed to live with our significant other when we get married, right? And maybe it just didn't work for them. You're right. And after 28 years, they found a solution that might have worked for them. Brandilla said maybe that's a relationship model we don't explore more. Deal with your significant other only for the good parts. Separate and don't deal with the troublesome parts to come. I don't know, because then how do you really know that person? Right? Like, how are you truly in a partnership if you are only dealing with them during the good parts? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be there for the good parts. I want to be there for the bad parts. I want to be there for it all. Like, I don't feel like, to me, just being there for the good parts, that's not authentically having a relationship, in my opinion. But opinions are like assholes. Fancy said, or they probably had young kids back in the day. I can understand people with young children living together. Great point. Having children and living in the same house when your children are young. That's a great point. That's the aspect of the video that they did not get into. But that's a great point, because there's a lot of people who wait until their kids are 18 or 21 before they separate, even in their marriage, when they want to get a divorce. A lot of people be like, when my kids get 18, I'm leaving her. When my kids get 21, I'm leaving him. It's, people try to hold families together under one household, even when they're miserable. That's a great point, Fancy. When you know better, you do better. That's what this intelligent couple did. Hillbilly said, men just need a cave, a man cave that keeps him out from underfoot. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And I'm going to tell you no lie. I really I would want my significant other to have a man cave. That to me is a lifesaver for him and me. Right? Because I have this room that I'm sitting in, I consider this my cave. I mean, it's my office where I work. And it's my coffee with friends room. And it's my guest room. But this is my space where I do whatever I want to do. Like, I'm going to decorate this wall behind me. I'm still working on the ideas and pulling it all together. Like, this is my space. And I feel like everybody needs that space that they call theirs. Debbie says, so is it a woman thing to want to live separately and only a few men? Where are the men that see the benefits of living separately? I think the guy that I'm seeing, I did ask him this question. Would you be okay living separately? And he said yes. He said he would be okay with living separately. So there's one. And then I responded and I said, oh, that's nice to know, but no, that's not going to happen with me. We're not living separate. If we decide that we are going to advance in a relationship, we will not be living separate. And I said that. I said, so if you plan on looking for a new place or a house or anything like that, make sure there's space for me. because I'm coming. But he did say he didn't mind living separate. But I find a lot of Caribbean men don't mind living separate. Like sometimes even as they get older, one of one of them moves back to the Caribbean islands and lives there, and the other one stays here, and they just travel back and forth, every 6 months, 6 months there, 6 months here, whatever the case be. I know a lot of Caribbean families that do that. Maybe the man retired first, maybe the woman retired first, and one of them decided to go back to their island. So I do believe that there are men that find it okay to live separate. I got one that said it's okay. I'm just not okay. So he gonna have to rock out with me. Go say yes, Deb. Y'all are by yourself with that. Hillbilly said, no real benefit to me. 2 rents, 2 set of bills. Don't complain about no money if you live separate. That part. See, Hillbilly, see, for me, I want my life to increase financially. And for me, being able, I just don't see being in a long-standing committed relationship and we fucking paying 2 rents or 2 mortgages and 2 sets of everything. Like I know that I'm paying my own bills right now and I'm good with that. But how much better would my life be if I was not paying all these bills by myself? How much better would his life be if he was not paying all these bills by himself, especially when we are building a future together, right? And I would love to have extra monies so that I can travel more. The fuck? You see how that works out? Like, there was a video circulating. I gotta go because it's 9:20. There was a video circulating where this man said he agrees with living separate. But when you live separate, still as a man, he said right now he lives separate from his significant other, right? And they're not even having sex. They have not had sex, okay? He lives separate from his significant other, and he pays all her bills. And she has a male friend that she hangs out with that she considers to be her best friend who spends the night at times and sleeps on the couch. But her man lives at a separate address and he paid all her bills. Now, see, that to me, as the video was going, somebody photoshopped it and made up his face to look like a clown because ultimately they tried to say he a whole clown for doing what he's doing. I think that's a bit extreme. I don't think any woman should expect a man to pay all her bills and he's not living in the house unless you dating millionaire lifestyle. Now that's something different. Fancy saying ain't nobody gonna complain about no money. Why would you if you choose to live by yourself? Complete peace is priceless. It's a win-win to me. You pay your shit, I pay mine. Georgie said I need his number. Right, Georgie? You need his number. They not even having sex. And she was sitting right there next to him. She was like, no. I was like, what the fuck? Where'd she get him? What fucking pond did she fish him out of? That was a podcast interview. They were interviewing this couple on a podcast. And I was like, what in the hell? You said that's a paid 304. Got to be something. Well, anyway, y'all, I got to close shop because I got a meeting. And let me tell y'all, I don't know why they invited me to this meeting this morning because it's all executives. And I don't hold one corporate title. Okay, I don't have a corporate title. When I say corporate title, I am not a vice president. I'm not a director. Okay, but I'm getting ready to go sit in this meeting with CTOs and directors and vice presidents. And then they invite me like I'm somebody, right? I know I'm somebody, but I don't like being invited to those meetings. And then I find out through the grapevine that they're going to expect me to talk in this meeting. Meanwhile, my boss never told me that I might need to speak in this meeting. So I don't even know what I'm speaking about. So I just got all this stuff on my screen in preparation to run my mouth for this 9:30 meeting. So y'all wish me luck. Okay? All right? Because obviously, they dragging a sister around just titleless, but dragging me around to all of these executive meetings. But anyway, it is Friday, y'all. Please move with peace and love. All right. I know I'm still gonna be working on the menu for Friendsgiving next weekend. What's today? Next weekend, I will be in Buffalo hanging out with Valerie. I cannot wait. This week, I need to buy tickets to go to Florida to see my mama. AG is actually going to go with me, and we're going to spend time with my mom on her birthday and then come back. And then November, we'll be in Friendsgiving. And then January is my birthday. Now, there's a gentleman at the shop that I go get my hair done. The owner of the shop, Ra, he was like, what? You going to Jamaica for your birthday? He's talking about he might step up and go. So listen, some guys might start onboarding onto the trip. I don't know. But we shall see. But in the meantime, between time, I'm going to play the music for y'all. Y'all know what it is. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Get this message on the way out because you get the whole song.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
And you can.
I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I don't. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am Roar to the bone. Come back Monday, y'all. Be safe. Have a great weekend. Get this message on the way out.
Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
I'll tell them, kiss the boys. Thank you, Hillbilly.
Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They receive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low,
you can still
go. Even when you feel slow,
you can still
go. Even when there's no hope,
you can still
go.
I never answer.
No, man, I still go.
And I told y'all, you get the whole song today.
Go, 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 You got mine, but even that could change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say,
fake it till you make it A.
And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain.
Never slow yourself down, you could do some more.
Push past all the pain and you find it. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before.
Even when you feel
low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
I never answer to no, man, I still go, and I don't. Hard-headed as fuck. Peace. I'm out, y'all.
Go.